wins over Sissoko and Aslan Magomedov. Here's a name to keep an eye on, the future of K1 Max. And this is the man he's going to take on. He needs no introduction in the fighting world. A two-time K1 Max champion, Buakaw for Pramuk.
Well, pound for pound, one of the best Thai boxers on the planet, Buakaw. And oh so confident, a clean fighter, a technical fighter, an excellent fighter is Buakaw.
You talk about imposing records. Buakaw's record, 141 wins, 7 losses, 10 draws, and 36 knockouts, and he is only 25 years old. What an ovation he receives. Buakaw for Pramuk.
For those of you who weren't so good at maths, like my good self, that's 158 fights. That man has fought 158 times, at least, as a professional.
The two most impressive victories in all of K1 Max history was when Buakaw won it twice. The first fighter ever to do it. Since then, Andy Sauer has also become a two-time fighter around the world, and he's just one of those household names that has garnered the respect of everyone. There is a slight height advantage going the way, some 6 centimetres the way of Petrosyan. Also the weight advantage, he'll tip the scales a little heavier here for the 22-year-old Italian Giorgio Petrosyan. Italy versus Thailand, two countries that really never meet on the world stage of politics or sports.
They may battle it out in some restaurant, sort of business stakes in, you know, the other suburbs.
Coconut
you know?
rice versus risotto somewhere, but certainly not on the world of sport. Here we go, first round. Michael Chiavello, Mark Castanini with you from Stockholm, Sweden. Muay Thai contest.
With the Brian Murph of Sweden in centre ring, and a big hello to the Murph. You'll see him in action, of course, on Evolution 13.
The contender referee, the Murph Hammer.
Getting his berth in the contender series also. That's how well respected Australia's own Brian the Murph Murphy is on the world arena as a centre referee.
So, as traditional Thai fights go, explain it for the layman, Hammer. It usually starts at a slow pace.
Yeah, well, it certainly does. You're talking 5 3-minute rounds. That's 15 minutes of fighting, and the Thais, beautiful head kick from Buakaw. The Thais liken it, of course, to a marathon. Never sprint out of the box. Start at a good even pace. Start to see your opponent's openings, defences, strengths, and come up with your game plan from there. There's no use barreling out in the first round, trying to take your opponent out. It's all about strategy. Thai boxing, it's all about technique and strategy. And when you see a pure Thai boxing bout, as we are witnessing now, it's exactly what's happening in centre ring.
Buakaw, who really is a master at all the 8 weapons, and in his K1 career, of course, elbows aren't permitted, but at the onset of his K1 career, he did most of his damage with the kicks, like those ones. And his first ever K1 victory was the kicks in the knees that played a huge role, but that second victory of his, arguably the most impressive of any K1 victory by a heavyweight or a middleweight throughout K1 history, it was the hands that he brought into play, and he showed everyone he can box just as well as he can kick and he can knee.
Well, he's got Mr. Perfect emblazoned on the back of his trunks there, and of course, technically he certainly is one of the most perfect Thai boxers on the circuit.
Interestingly here, most Thais that we've seen in our previous battleground shows are southpaws. Buakaw is an orthodox fighter, and it's the Italian Petrosyan who is the southpaw fighter. As Hammer said earlier, southpaw meaning you are a left-handed fighter. Your right foot will be forward.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, that's not going to really worry the champ Buakaw at all, because being former Lumpini lightweight second place title holder, and having numerous titles in Bangkok, Thailand, he would be well schooled in fighting left-handed fighters, so he's equally adaptable fighting right-handed or left-handed warriors is Buakaw.
Giorgio Petrosyan, who won the WMC Intercontinental Championship in June 2005 in Slovenia, has had a couple of good victories.
Not to say, again, just a filling out process. Look at Buakaw just looking for his strategy, looking for his game plan, putting it all together in his mind as this one ticks down. The first round, you'd have to say, went to Buakaw so relaxed, so confident in order to I suppose, give his scorecard a positive outlook.
Here we go, second round of action. Petrosyan in the dark trunks, Buakaw in the glittering silver, blinged up style for the tie. Bigelow also our favourite Italian, watches all the Fox Sports broadcasts. John and Anthony Cavassini. Bigelow to the big squid edge. Hope you're enjoying it, John. Left hook outside thigh kick from Buakaw. Petrosyan trying to catch the kicking leg. Is permitted the catch and sweep under Muay Thai rules. Good left hand up the centre.
From the Italian.
Inside up, referee keeps it nice and clean as usual. The expressionless, icy look of Buakaw for Pramuk. Had that epic quarter-final match against Masato at the Budokan last October at the K1 Max final. One of the all-time great K1 Max fights.
Well, how will Buakaw go in 2008 is the big question.
His next opponent, Hammer, off the top of my memory, April 9 in Hiroshima in the final 16. He will face Albert Kraus.
It's certainly an interesting battle, and I think they've met before, though, have they?
They have met before, and also on that card, just if my memory serves, Mike Zambides will be facing Andy Sauer, the reigning and defending K1 Max champion. Tough call for Mike Zambides. Big outside thigh kick from Buakaw. Also, Virgil Kalakota of South Africa takes on Masato, April 9 in Hiroshima. Body shot from Buakaw. And then, of course, Hammer, 4 days later, the return all the world's been talking about. Mark Hunt is back in the K1. The Doctor, former Grand Prix champion, only non-European to ever win the K1 World Grand Prix, takes on Semi Schult for the Super Heavyweight Championship of the world.
It doesn't do things by half, Mark Hunt.
Straight back in the
deep end. Why not?
You're talking about a guy 5'10" taking on a man 6'11". Massive
difference. Almost ridiculous difference in height. But if anyone's going to have any luck, it's going to be the Aussie, the Dr. Mark Hunt.
Well, only 2 people have ever knocked down Semi Schult at a K1 ring, those being Jan the Giant Nortier, who had a recent MMA victory over Bob Sapp, incidentally, and Ray Sefo, but no one has yet knocked out Semi Schult. Could Mark Hunt be the one to do it? Catch and take down there from Buakaw. Final 10 seconds of this round. Left hand from Petrosyan, nicely done, being the rear hand.